not the gargoyle, but the thing that looks like a gargoyle. Well, Chicago, you stay hot this weekend, then bottom drops out on us in a big way. We've got 89 coming your way tomorrow. That's, by the way, 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Mid-80s on Sunday and Monday, and then by Tuesday, down to 65. So big changes. It's not going to be a gradual drop. It is going to be kind of a whiplash. 65 would be closer to what we'd expect this time of year. But again, coming off mid and upper 80s, I know it's going to be a little bit of a shock to the system. And it's not just Chicago in on the warmth. We got warm temperatures for a lot of areas, all the way up to the U.S.-Canada border, up towards the Great Lakes, New England, down to Florida, the Gulf Coast. I mean, parts of the plains, the southern plains, the central plains, the high plains could be setting record high temperatures or record warm low temperatures into and through the weekend. That jet stream way up to the north. So that's why we're seeing such departures from average. These aren't, 5 to 10 degree departures. These temperatures are going to be 15, 20, 25 degrees above the mark. So 80s and 90s. That's the norm. And places like Minneapolis, where very rarely do you get 90-degree temperatures in October. This would be the latest on record, by the way, if we got there tomorrow. And it would also be a record for the day. 89 is the current record high. 90 is our forecast. So if we get 90 tomorrow, that sets the daily record. And again, the latest 90-degree day we have seen in Minneapolis. Green Bay, I think you'll set a record probably by 5 degrees. 89 the forecast, 84 the record. So may not even be close. Lansing, you're going to likely set by 2 degrees. In Marquette, it could be a 6-degree break. 84 the forecast, 78 is the record. Now, Sunday, we've got temperatures in the mid and upper 80s coming for Chicago, Des Moines, Detroit, Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Kansas City. Back to the upper 70s in Minneapolis, but even Marquette, Michigan, upper 70s into the weekend. Now, Cincinnati, you are hosting the Detroit Lions there at Paycor Stadium. This is a game time of Sunday at 4:25. Game time temperatures in the 80s, but once the sun goes down, those temps will cool off in a big way. We're down to 72 by 8 o'clock. Mike?
All right. We've also
Northeast, no snow. All about the warmth. Philadelphia, going to be hosting the Dodgers here in coming days, and we've got warmth on the way in the city of brotherly love. I know you'll be very hospitable to the folks from California. That's just what you do, right? 83 on Saturday, 84 Sunday. We're going to stay in the lower 80s on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Notice there's a lot of sunshine, just a few clouds overhead during the day. Tuesday? Outside of that, I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all three very bright days. Then we got rain coming in on Wednesday. Notice that takes our temperatures back to around 70. And in the wake of that system, we'll be back to cool, mid and upper 60s on tap next Thursday and Friday. So it's not a long-lasting stretch of heat, but there's going to be at least some above average heat heading our way. So what does that mean for records? We're going to be above average, sure, but there are going to be areas, probably not Philadelphia, but in sections of the Northeast, really New York and New England, that do see the potential for some of those record highs or record warm low temperatures. Those extend down to Florida. They extend into the Ohio Valley and Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Plains, even parts of the West could be looking at some record warmth. It's all thanks to this big ridge, this big bulge in the jet stream way up there into Canada. That's surging north, and so underneath that ridge, we see above average temperatures. And for some of these areas, these departures from average will get us up into record territory because those highs, going to be 15, 20, even 25 degrees above average. We're talking 90s in Minneapolis tomorrow. By the way, if we get to 90 tomorrow, that would be the latest 90-degree day on record for the city of Minneapolis. Previous record today, Mean Girls Day, October 3rd. 80s for Detroit and Indianapolis and for Memphis. Now, Minneapolis, you've had only 3 days of 90-degree plus temperatures in the month of October since 1872. That's you've had no consecutive days. So non-consecutive, it's just been a day here, a day there. The record October high is 92 degrees. We've got 90 tomorrow, so we're going to be right there if we get there. Back to 80 on Sunday, 62 on Monday, so temps take quite a tumble, and overnight lows go from near 70 to the upper 40s. Do I use the word hate, or do I just say strongly dislike? No, they hate each other. Miami, Florida State, this is a big in-state rivalry. Both teams doing really well this year as well. 7:30 game time in Tallahassee. Expect mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures not too bad. I think for game time, probably in the low 80s, falling into the upper and mid 70s towards the later part of the game. Let's hope it ends in, regular time. I feel like overtime, when it's a late game, it just gets too late. Pasadena, California, at the Rose Bowl Stadium, we have the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the UCLA Bruins tomorrow at 12:30. Now, I usually go up against all my Weather Unfiltered teammates, and I always lose. But Mandy, our producer, you went to UCLA, and I actually feel like I've got a good chance of this run, and I'm sorry for that. Mandy has nothing to say. Oh, no, she says it's okay. I feel like me and Mandy can't even, you want to me and Mandy are going to make a wager, and it's just us going out for margaritas afterwards. And we like that. That's a no-lose wager. By the way, weather no lose either. We've got mid and upper 70s on the docket for this one. All right, Texas heading to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators. This one could see some passing showers, not just through the game, but also during the tailgating. I know it's been a tough season here for the Gators, but you're still going to get out there. You're still going to tailgate. We want to see Arch. We've got passing showers. Again, there's plenty of dry time, but there will be periods where you could see some of those rain showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder all the way through game time. And then Vanderbilt at Alabama. This, again, a big one. Both ranked teams, 2:30 tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. Warm for this one. We've got temps in the low to mid 80s under partly cloudy skies. Don't forget the sun.